Welcome back, everybody. In this second segment, I'm going to be covering the white parts of the shield. Now, these white parts I primed with what I had lying around, which was a rattle can of Citadel Games Workshop Skull White. It's not a bad primer at all. It's quite smooth, and the pre-shading on the white was done with Tamiya RX-93 Sky Grey. And as you can see straight away that that works brilliantly on white for pre-shading. As I said in the previous video, that black would be way too stark. You'd have to cover it over time and time again. The only exception for that is if I've done really tiny parts where you need to pick out those little details that are really dark pre-shaded, just help that along. Now the thing is with the XF, I think it's XF2 Tamiya white, that it's really flat, and you do have to put quite a bit of thinner in. That X20A, the acrylic thinner that I use for all my paints, apart from the blue Citadels, like I said, I used a bit of Windley with them. Yeah, they're quite grainy, so the more thinner you stick in, then the better the coat. But you can only put a few passes down before you have to switch to air, and then dry it off, get a bit of a skin on, and then you can go over it again. But with the white, you do have to take your time, just make sure it's white, because as soon as it starts pooling, it doesn't look good at all. I did it on a few parts, but like I said, I haven't sprayed anything for quite a while, so that's what you want to do with your white. A nice light pre-shade done with the grey, and then minimal passes over with a white, and it gives a very good effect. Switching to air again just to dry it off, and that's pretty much done. Okay then, now onto the top coat. I use the old Pledge Floor Clear, or Pledge Clear. Some of you may know it as Future, but this is just to protect all the paintwork. I'm only showing this piece because this piece is relevant to later on in the video. Yeah, as Gundams are, you tend to handle them quite a lot because they're made to be posed and etc. Dynamic poses and such. So your fingers are on the model quite a lot. So we need to protect the paint, and we do this by giving it a clear coat. This is a floor varnish. A lot of scale models use it, putting it down before protecting the paint and putting it down before a wash. Now there was something new that I discovered with Gundam models, and that was panel lining. Now even though washes are used, an easier, some say easier, some say neater way of doing your picking out the detail is by literally using a fine pen and going around all the recessed parts and drawing them in. But like a wash, it benefits from having a nice glossy coat over the top, and it just helps the nib of the pen run round a little bit easier. And not only that, when you make a mistake, you can easily wipe it away with your finger, no problems at all. Now coming to the end of this varnishing here, just making sure that I've got everywhere I need. The paint is fully protected, and there's no runs. So just a few sprays at a time, followed by air, followed by a few more sprays, and then it's practically done. You see a nice glossy finish built up on there. Whoops. So yeah, just a final spray, and that pretty much is that. So you do that with all your parts, and believe me, there's a lot to a Gundam kit. So the next stage, it's panel lining. Now I've had to speed this up quite a lot because there's a lot to get through. So, but you can see the technique there. It's really easy. you get a very fine marker, a CD marker. This just happens to be a Unipin 0.05, which is very fine indeed. You can get them 0.02, which I have another marker. It's called a Copic modeler, and that's in a cool, warm grey, and that's great for doing white. Black really does stick out quite a lot when you're doing white, but being grey, it looked very nice indeed. Excuse me. Sorry about the thumb being in the way, but I've made a couple of mistakes, but you can't tell because bang, they're straight off. Hopefully I'll realise my mistake in a while and move my thumb out the way so you can see what I'm actually doing. No, I've still got my thumb in the way. Not looking through the viewfinder on the camera. That was my problem, I think. So as you can see, the gloss coat helps the nib of the pen slide along lovely. No problems at all. Little close up. This should be a little bit better for you to see. As you can see, it really is that easy. Yes, you could put a wash down, but I wanted to try this technique. I haven't done it before, so after watching a few videos on YouTube and looking at some forums, I thought, yeah, I'd definitely give that a go. But Bandai, is it Bandai or Mr. Hobby? They make a range of pens, but they're very, very expensive, especially in the UK. I'm to get them off eBay, pay the postage. Where I went to my local stationers and had a look on the shelves, and a presto, fine liners. They're more or less exactly the same. Whether the ink's exactly the same, I'm not sure, but it seemed to work for me. After all this anyway, everything gets us, after all the decals have gone down, everything gets a satin coat, so these pen lines are sealed in, so they won't rub off. There you go, little cotton bud, just to get into the crevice where I couldn't get my finger. Just moisten it with a little bit of spit from your mouth, not too much obviously because that's pretty gross, and then you just crack on. And the beauty of this technique is, even though it's a little bit longer than a wash, say, time-wise, it really is neat and precise. You can get to the point, literally. Shade the area you want with the tip of the pen, and just move on to the next part. No bother at all. Nothing to clean up either, apart from obviously when you go out the lines and you just wipe it off with your thumb, just like that. So yeah, we're coming to the end of this video now. There's just a little look at the not bad, you know. I think it looks really precise and nice. Now I'm going to throw up some stills now of the finished model. As you can see, the shield that we've been doing bleached out, the pre-shading showing through. There you go. It's a Unipin 0.05, and this is the model, all finished, all deckled up, and I'm really happy with it, considering this is my first Gundam model. I haven't done one before. I really enjoyed it, very challenging, and a very nice model kit, and I can't wait to get on to my next one. So thank you very much for watching.